Now we are live. We're probably good.
Okay. I was going to see how long I could obnoxiously hang on to it.
Yeah.
Welcome to the second aPODcalypse. I am an unfortunate grape.
Oh. Oh, shit.
Get graped.
Oh, what am I? Oh, there was I don't know what I am.
What am I?
I guess I'm the no dog.
The no dog.
Okay. Oh, B-Rad says more of that music sorcery. What's up, B-Rad?
Thank you.
I guess I'm the no dog. Is that okay?
Yeah. You can be whatever. Ain't no rules in life, bro.
Or I have some thumbs that got cut off whenever they were watching TikToks or something. Yeah.
Damn. So you have to jerk off just like the sound of one hand clapping?
Yeah.
Flapping?
Yeah, a flapper. This was a, well, how are you? How are you doing?
Oh, dude, I'm just a little sleepy.
Yeah.
But I'm feeling pretty good. How are you?
I feel pretty pleasant. I feel like I did some good cooking today.
Mm-hmm.
I feel accomplished in my cooking. I did some good cleaning and I did some exercise.
Oh yeah.
And and I also was like prepared for the reading. I wasn't like last minute reading, which
sick.
I usually do.
Because
Yeah.
that's what I did.
Yeah, but it's cool because it's like, it's super fresh.
Mm-hmm.
And hello to the Salt King and B-Rad. I'm stoked that y'all are super down for Tuesday nights. It is the no night.
We get excited about it.
I'm super stoked.
Yeah. Hey.
What's up, dude?
Can I grab something off your forehead?
Yeah.
I think you got an eyelash.
No, it's a cut
Oh, my bad.
from a sword.
At least I didn't lick it. It's literally from a sword.
Yeah.
That's
I wore
so
the wolf,
sick.
You know the wolf rib helmet?
Yeah.
I wore that.
They just stab right through it? Damn, dude.
He said, hells yeah.
Got him.
It's like a tiny little thing, but afterwards I was like,
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna use a different helmet.
Dude, we should, pour, salt and shit in there and let's, make it permanent.
Yeah, reopen it a bunch of times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry for wiping my hand on your face.
I don't care.
Licking it and then trying to schmudge
Schmutz
it
it
off.
off. No, you're good. That's fine.
Does anybody ever treat your tattoos like they're scratch and sniff?
No.
Not literally, but...
Like they poke them and touch them?
It might just be my sister. I've got a lot, so she'll be like, oh, what's that? And just, start grabbing it. I'm like, feels the same.
Be gone. It's bad luck to kill a seabird.
Tis.
This is chapter 7.
Yeah.
After...
I don't know why that got me. Sure is.
And Conphus has conquered the Skilvendi. He's now the Lion of Cayuth.
Mm-hmm.
And he's trouncing on into Mummin.
There's hella lions, too. I forgot to look that up, but what's Saban? The lion of some... I'm gonna look it up.
Oh, yeah, the Lion of some shit. I don't know.
Slavan Minavan?
Yeah. Oh, I also forgot to ask, how are y'all doing? B-Rad, Salt King, how's y'all's day going?
Cigar on the Deck time sounds great.
Yeah.
My dad is a big fan of that.
Yeah, that's cool. I thought it was I don't know what I thought that meant, but that's chill, yeah.
It took me a second too. I was like, wait, what is the cigar in this situation?
It's an actual cigar.
I think so.
On an actual deck.
Yeah.
I love that for you. That sounds fun.
Mm-hmm.
I can't do cigars, man.
They just make my mouth taste like a dirty sock.
They just make me want to, like, dip.
Just mainline that.
Some chaw. Big old
chaw
liquor.
dogs.
Makes me want to be a real chaw dog.
Phenyl ab cascamandry.
Salt King says, chill day, apocalypse talk at night is cherry on top. Hell yeah. Oh, Madness is about to get a cigar.
Dude.
What up, Madness?
Maybe I'll get one just to chew on it like a old-timey... Or we should do, like, 50s movie, or, like, I don't know, any movie or TV show before 1980, and just have smoke billowing throughout the room.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, and totally gas out your unborn child.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And wife, but I mean...
She'd be okay with it. Yeah, Madness says this chapter opening is real. Yeah, it is. Do you mean the quote from Agensis? Is that what you mean? What up, Game Jeffy? Smoke like a 1970s police station? Yeah.
Dude,
like, just nasty-ass coffee. Except we don't want to be, like... We're like... prisoners or something.
I want to smoke like the fucking precinct that they burned down in Minneapolis in 2020.
Oh, damn.
Hey,
that would be very smooth.
He got political.
I'm
sorry.
He got political.
Oh, man. I don't even... Okay, someone will have to remind me what the line of what Sabon is, because
yeah,
I can't spell coitus.
Like, so Conphus is a lion of Cayuth. What is Sabon the lion of? Because there's some more people in chat.
There's I don't know. I would love to know how many fucking lions there were back in the day. I mean, obviously this is a fictional... Well, we can't know for sure.
That's true.
Because Elon Musk said we might be living in a simulation. And he knows everything.
Yeah.
But, I forgot what I was even talking about.
Dude, everybody in chat is on the same tip about, like, cigars and burning incense and stuff.
Sick. Oh,
I
man.
feel like these books
time.
attract a very particular type of person.
It seems like a type of great quality in mind.
Mm-hmm. A rigor, you might say.
Very rigorous. Comes from the Romans. The Nansura are based on the Romans.
Yeah.
Thanks, Jeff. Yeah, I guess, like... I believe that there were supposed to be a lot more lions around Europe, or at least, like...
Oh, yeah.
Mediterranean or Northern Africa.
Yeah, because they were always,
like,
throwing Christians into lion pits and stuff.
Yeah.
Where'd they get those lions?
I don't know.
Sorry, I keep cutting you off.
No, that's it. Just there's, like... There ain't no more.
Where are the lions at in the Mediterranean? Am I being geographically incompetent? Rome was in the Mediterranean, right?
Yeah.
Italy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think you got it. I think that our audience are just, like, pretty powerful historians, too.
Yeah, for sure. That's good.
They shipped them from Africa.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense.
Yeah.
They had a real thing going, those Romans.
They've got lions in, like, English heraldry and shit, too.
Yeah.
French. I mean, of course...
But everybody had their hands in Africa, though.
Oh, yeah. Makes sense. We're all out of Africa at some point.
Yeah.
Except for white people have between, I think it's like 1% and 4% Neanderthal DNA.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, I don't know where the fuck they were from, but it's interesting.
Space.
Yeah.
The Incu Holoinus.
Yeah. They were just chiefing on the Incu Holoinus, and they fucking crashed here and just had to deal with the tribes of man.
Well, it's kind of like the non-man vibe, because like the Neanderthals are like the non-men, because humans are responsible for the extinction of the Neanderthals.
Yeah.
So anyway.
Because they kept licking them to death like a Tootsie Roll Pop.
Yeah.
Just sheared their skin off.
Mm-hmm. Should we get into this chapter?
Nah. Yeah, hit it, dude. Did you read the first quote, right?
I haven't yet.
The Agensis?
I have not. Yeah, let's do it. It's a good one. All right, so we're in chapter 7. We're in Momum. And the first quote is from Agensis, the third analytic of men. And it is, the world is a circle that possesses as many sinners as it does men. I don't understand it.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I think I likely don't also, but my thought that came up is there's a lot of egotism in these books.
Mm-hmm.
I think it kind of goes to show a particular worldview that Bakker at least is like portraying.
Yeah.
That everyone's self-interested and short-sighted.
Mm-hmm.
But also it made me think of the spheres of influence, like the gods.
Yeah.
Or the Sifrang. I mean, same, both.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like it's sort of an as above, so below metaphor in my mind. Like, you know, in the metaphysical world they have that, but then it's also like the Imperials are constantly in this thinking of themselves as gods. At least Zarias and Comphis are both chirping about that.
Yeah, they're always kind of going back and forth in their minds, like, am I a god? Am I not a god?
Mm-hmm.
I am a god. I'm not a god. Yeah, Baker places this quote very tactfully, because this chapter in particular is just a lot of commentary between people, or like dialogue between people, and a lot of ego.
Mm-hmm.
Like flexing and insecurity and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's a good... I enjoyed the chapter, but it's very mellow. There's not like a ton of crazy stuff, but there's lots of good world building and character development happening.
Yeah. I think it makes sense, like, coming off of that momentous battle in the Nair, basically the Nair chapter last week. But, yeah, I don't know. I mean, like I said, I was pretty sleepy today, but I kind of just, like, floated through this. I took good notes on the first, like, 10 pages, and then the rest I kind of just, like, dissociated through.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean it's bad at all, but it just was not as captivating.
Yeah.
I think part of that to me, too, is just that we all know that, like, the Empire is just, like, dust at the end of the series, so rereading it, I'm interested in, like, the specific characters, but I know the goals of the Empire, like, are kind of are going to be irrelevant.
Yeah. It is interesting reading it knowing that, like, what happens, you know, in the next 50 years or whatever. I did enjoy... I enjoyed just the world building of Momum, like, kind of having a clearer image of what Momum looks like, and especially whenever they're on the barge at the end.
The barge.
In my mind, it's like they're on a river in, like, Egypt or something. That's, like, I don't know, all the, like, slaves and the giant monument just, like, reminds me of kind of an Egyptian vibe, or at least, like, a stereotypical portrayal of Mesopotamia or whatever.
Yeah, they got an obelisk.
Yeah, they've got some obelisk going on. There's some funny shit, dude. Like, Zarias just cracks me up. I think at one point, Comphis... I don't know. We'll get to it. I think I underlined it, but the chapter starts off saying all of Momum had thundered. You think there's any significance to that? Like, is there something about a thunder god going on, or is there a thunder god that we're aware of, or something like that?
I couldn't tell you off the top of my head. I guess the thing it makes me think of now, in retrospect, is like the big ass earthquake in Momum, in the Great Ordeal, maybe, or at the end of the White Look. One of those two, you know.
Yeah.
The Yachtwarian chaos.
Oh yeah, there's some Yachtware stuff in this too, which is kind of cool. Let's see. The opening of this chapter isn't epic. I'm concerned that what is the madness says. Yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff with Scaeus and Estraya, and their skin spiery. Because are they skin spies?
Yeah, I believe so. There's a lot of mentions, especially I think about Estraya being off.
Yeah,
in this
Comphis
chapter.
is like, she seemed off or something like that.
Yeah, Madness is saying that he's concerned that I don't think the opening of this chapter is epic.
Oh, I see.
You guys might have to just talk me into it. Like, it's not necessarily that it's definitely not a bad chapter. I think my mind just wasn't as, like, sharply attuned to the reading today. So we'll get into some discussion. You guys can probably win me over. Ringthane mentioned that House Coithus is the ruling dynasty of Galioth. The device, their device is the red lion on blue. So, is the Lion of Galioth?
That sounds
Something right?
Yeah, that sounds right.
I'm pretty sure they
We can
keep
go with
calling
that.
him a lion. I think he's a redhead too,
Hell yeah.
which I remembered because I have a redhead.
Yeah.
And Jeff, last thing I want to mention real quick is we blacks are the first peoples. That's what the black Hebrew Israelites say.
Interesting.
Yeah. I wonder how many people say they're the first peoples.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't think we are.
No.
Us too.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
No, I do. It's a good check to reconsider whether or not the intro to this chapter is epic or not, because you are right. I mean, Confus is coming home with a, like following a line of Skilvindi heads with the Skilvindi king of tribes to present to his uncle who he's like really wants to murder.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's tight. It's it's cool.
Yeah, it's brutal.
It is brutal.
What was I going to say? Oh, a lot of courtly intrigue.
Yeah, it's very. I might get yelled at for drawing this correlation, but like it felt very Game of Thrones-y, like just like political shenanigans, family cutthroat, just good stuff. Really good characters.
Yeah. No, I had a couple Game of Thrones notes myself.
Yeah. I like that. So Confus is walking in, and he says, or the narrator says, Confus saw his uncle awaiting them, a distant figure framed by the form's mighty columns. And he says, despite the imperial pageantry, he looked small, like a hermit squinting from the entrance of his cave. Like, I love the way that Confus thinks about his uncle. It's so funny. Like, they just are so fucking full of themselves, and they hate each other so much.
Yeah, and they almost don't give each other credit.
No, they don't. And there's this weird sexual competition between them for Zarias' mom.
Yeah.
It's so wild.
Yeah. That thing, though, that last sentence you read, makes me think of Plato's allegory of the cave, kind of. Have you heard of that before?
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe it's kind of suggesting that Zarias has only lived in his sheltered cave of whatever empire. Confus is on the ground killing barbarians. I don't know.
Yeah.
It just came to mind.
Yeah, Zarias is cooped up, like, very isolated, not looking people in the eyes all day.
Yeah, it's true.
Oh, man. All right, so, and some world building's happening. So it says grooms took their horses in accordance with custom. Hereditary priests of Gilgail brought basins of water. They smeared lion's blood on his limbs and muttered prayers. But so this is something that Confus notes. He says, the Shrial priests who arrived in their wake, however, surprised him. They anointed him with oils and yada yada. So he just is noticing the change and kind of a cultural thing going on with the Shrial priests being involved. Where, like, I think of the Nancer, I think of Zarias and his core at least as being like very atheistic in my mind.
Same.
Even though from the chapter, I guess they're not. Like, I don't know, I'm kind of confused about that, but in my mind they're so like jaded or disillusioned with all that. They don't really, they're like pretty humanist, it feels like.
Yeah.
So whenever the Shrial priests are coming in, it's just kind of a shock to Confus.
Yeah, and it's like for pageantry, right?
Yeah.
It's not like they're all of a sudden devout.
Yeah, they're not like the others in the Holy War. They're very much just using it as a political thing. They're pretty honest with themselves. But what's interesting is, like, usually I would say, like, okay, well then they're a little bit more grounded in reality, but it's actually not true because the gods are real.
Yeah.
But I could also that's just my like perception. Yeah. You know.
Yeah. Hey, real quick, I'm really curious about this
Yeah.
link that got posted.
Oh yeah. Is it safe for work?
I don't know.
Oh, hell yeah. Oh, that's cool. We'll get it's chill. This is, B-Rad's fucking setup. I'm just gonna go ahead and assume that's orange juice.
I like that mug, or the glass. I think that's Rogue Dead Guy Ale, maybe.
Oh, that's cool.
I used to know beers.
Beer guy. We don't drink. Neither of us drink.
Not anymore. I spilled more than you drank, boy.
Yeah, we got a lot of chat. I said, okay, Madness suggested to read it out first. Martimus and Conphus walking up to Sirius and Scaeus and Astrias all planned. And Sirius dressed up a bunch of Nancer soldiers as Conphus soldiers. Yeah, for sure. And yeah, the mathematically planned heads. Oh yeah, whenever the the dispute over like how to do it ends in some dipshit's murder.
It makes me think of bringing a bunch of men camping. And I think every man knows how to make a fire the best.
Yeah, or has
Yeah.
Totally. Yeah, it says. What followed was a bureaucratic war worthy of his uncle's court, one that somehow following the mad alchemy of injured pride and spite led to the murder of Arathius, the most outspoken of the imperial cartographers. I love that. It's such a good writing. Just a little like quip that's pretty funny.
And they just killed the most. What did he say? Most prestigious.
Yeah, the most outspoken of the imperial cartographers. So.
Well, yeah, that makes sense. You don't want to be the loudest of the mouths.
No, definitely not.
But still, it's like, bruh, did you really have to? Did you really have to do that?
Yeah.
I was wondering if this was kind of like thinking about people in academia just fucking ruthlessly like trying to tear each other down for essentially no reason, you know?
Yeah, just to be right.
Yeah.
Considered smart or whatever. And also they have some issues coming in. They get in a literal, it says here, when he sent his Kidril ahead to clear the path, what could only be described as a pitched battle ensued. And that's with some of the people of the Holy War. Which is pretty wild. Like, it seems like if you got in an armed conflict with the Kidril, you would, like the rest of the Empire would... It just shows how much power Maithanet has.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the Holy War is pretty untouchable.
Yeah.
Which is pretty wild.
Mm-hmm. So I just realized my digital edition does not have the same page numbers as yours.
Yeah, I noticed that.
So, where are we at now? I'm following along now.
Okay, cool. Video game says, I'm a sorcerer, bitch. I know math better than mathematicians. I walk on the sky.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Like a commune could come in and like house all these people with his facts and logic.
His abstractions.
Yeah.
Get abstract.
Yeah. So it seems like, what are they doing? Yeah. R.I.P. Arathius, add him to the graveyard.
Oh, yeah.
And then, what is it? They publicly flay some dude, and, not surprisingly, all differences were settled the following day.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah.
It worked.
You can...
It was effective flaying.
I mean, do we know of any ineffective flayings?
I don't know.
Couldn't list a flaying on either side.
No.
From history. Conphus keeps coming in though. He found the capital encircled by the encamped Holy War, which had become a vast slum of tents and huts around the city's landward walls. This is what soon comes to be called the Vulgar Holy War, which I think they even use the word vulgar in Zarias's dialogue. And it's interesting to me because they talk about all the filth of the Kianin and the Kisharim and, you know, just anybody that's not of your in-group. It's the best way to dehumanize it, or I don't know. people often dehumanize people in outgroups. It makes it like more easy or justifiable to fuck on them.
Right.
But like they're literally filthy. I mean, the men of the Tusk, the vulgar holy war, are just like in filth, shit, and fucking muck, and they're like about to do the, cleanse the world of the Muslims essentially.
Right.
And they're just fucking crusty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they have so effectively besieged the city that Confus was forced to enter Momin by boat.
Oh yeah.
Which is very wild.
Yeah, he's bummed that he's not being received as the man who conquered the Skilvendi.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's not the fucking hero that he thinks everyone's like should be seeing him as.
It is. I kind of empathize with him a little bit. I'm like, sorry, man.
Yeah.
It's bad timing.
Mm-hmm.
Because I mean, he did achieve quite a thing.
Yeah.
Confus is admirable in some aspects, just because of his military tact.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's kind of cool.
Oh yeah, for sure. No, he's apt or whatever. Is that what the word I wanted to use?
He's rigorous.
He's very rigorous. He's fucking adept.
Yeah, he's very adept.
But
and he's young too.
Mm-hmm. He's really get a lot of Fade Routha vibes in this.
Yeah.
We can go more into it later because I think there's a couple of Straya passages that are very similar to Dune. But,
yeah.
The people, I mean, of course the Holy War people don't give a shit about the Empire, but it doesn't seem like any common man gives a fuck about the Empire.
Yeah. Yeah, whenever Zarias is kind of waxing about how stoked he is that his face is on the coin, and he is the only one looking at this monument, and he's like crying to himself, it makes him seem so small and insignificant, and just full of himself or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a couple times where, during that part of the chapter, which we'll get to, he notices like people playing on the side of the river or whatever, like chasing one another and stuff. And I feel like we've talked about a couple times how infrequently we get to interact with just like regular Joe Schmoes.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I don't know. It's just cool world building, and it does. I don't know. Just whatever you just said reminded me of that. I don't know if that was a complete thought, but
well, I forgot what I said, so it's all good.
Good.
I want to go to the chat for a second.
Oh yeah,
that's cool
for sure.
Flayed a random dude.
Mm-hmm. Get flayed. Why did he get flayed? Who was it?
To settle the quarreling between the dudes and the other dudes.
Oh yeah, he sees the most partisan of each faction exploiting poorly worded articles of the martial code and had them publicly flayed. Nice.
Yeah, and we got a few people mentioning it, but especially Video Game Jeffy says that he loves the idea of old world justice. If one person does something wrong, kill a random person, and it teaches everyone a lesson. How horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes me think a lot, also with child mortality, but just reading shit like this, it's like, I don't know, you just had to get over losing, or like, people dying was a much more like common thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I assume that that had to be like normalized. Of course people are going to grieve still,
mm-hmm.
but I mean, yeah, it's just killing any random dude to establish a point. Like, your life is like not your own.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'm not adding anything to it, but I fully agree with what that's saying, and it's just like, damn, that's crazy.
Yeah, it is wild.
Mm-hmm.
What else we got? We got some good chats going on here. Yeah, B-Rad seconds that. Effective. And Meg says hi. Hey, Meg! What's up? And then Jeffy says Bakker is quick to show that life is cheap in this world. Extremely cheap.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's a very good point.
Yeah, I mean, I can't remember how specifically it's laid out, but Zarias is like setting up the vulgar holy war to just be completely annihilated. You know? So like it's cheap in that he does not give a fuck what happens to all those people, other than, you know, they're gonna serve a purpose in his strategy. But yeah, he doesn't care that, you know, they're sacrificing these people. He doesn't consider them sacrifices.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just pieces on the Bajunka board.
Yeah.
Bajunka. Bajunka be kidding me, dude. And so Compass is just kind of walking in. He's reflecting. He's talking with Martimus.
Dude, he wants Martimus. Look, I'm sorry to interrupt you.
No, you're good.
It's just funny how many times he mentions Martimus. I even did like word find in this, and I don't have a number, but it says it so many times in last chapter and this chapter. It just refers to Martimus, and it says even in the text that Compass he yearned to hear, what was it? He wanted to be congratulated, basically. He yearned to hear it echoed by others, especially Martimus.
Yeah. It's kind of cute.
Little buddy.
I know, yeah. I like them together.
Yeah.
They talk a lot in the first couple pages. Do some world building. It's kind of, I don't really know if I would be able to summarize it very well. So, let's see. Compass says, "Tell me, Martimus, if you had to guess, what would you say my uncle's thinking?" So they're walking up and kind of wondering what the situation is happening here. And then Martimus says, "You know him far better than I, Lord Exalted." And Compass says, "A most politic answer." And so, okay, and then it says, Compass paused, struck by a premonition that the cause of Martimus's anxiety went far deeper than the prospect of meeting his emperor for the first time. When had the man ever been in awe of his betters? ? Never. So it's just some paranoia. He and Zarias are incredibly paranoid.
Yeah, Zarias, this is a notable line to me. Zarias suspected conspiracy whenever 2 of his slaves farted.
Yeah. Yeah, he's always on some crazy shit. And apparently, Compass is thinking, he says, now not, or he doesn't say this, but now not even his uncle would dare contravene that perception, even if he did manage to produce a son who did not drool or require diapers into adulthood. So I guess Darius has had a couple of kids, but they were not, like, able-bodied or something.
Yeah, it says he's impotent later in the chapter.
Yeah, because his seed isn't strong enough to force its way into the womb, or whatever Astrias says.
Yeah.
Some crazy nonsense.
Yeah. And I was listening to this podcast about Jack the Ripper earlier. No, I mean, a bunch of suspects. Nobody is, like, really that convincing of a suspect, but there's a lot of thought that the killing of the sex workers that Jack the Ripper did was, like, partially as revenge for Jack coming down with syphilis that he got from a sex worker.
Yeah.
So classic blaming someone else, but also blaming a woman for your problem. But it said the hosts, and I don't know if this is exactly how syphilis works, but it said it made you impotent. They said it made you impotent in the sense that you couldn't get a boner. In this one, he clearly, at least used to be able to get boners because he gets his first mother-son HJ,
Dude.
handy jammer.
Yeah.
Remembers that.
That remembrance is very graphic and gnarly.
Yeah.
Brutal.
It's so much like the handy jammer scene. Well, I just picture it in The Green Knight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Come
that
on,
one
man.
is way more, The Green Knights is way more, like, palatable.
Oh, yeah.
But it still is very, very similar. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mother-son handy J.
A lot of good hand job in media.
Yeah.
In these two, a lot of good hand job. Is that like a plural singular?
Hand job.
The amount of hand job in this series.
Yeah. We got some chat going on. Madness says that Martimus is underrated, which I agree. I enjoy Martimus through and through, I think. I mean, I don't know. I can't really remember exactly, but And then Jeffy says Martimus played by the actor Will played Bronn in Game of Thrones. That would be...
Yeah,
that'd be
what's
cool.
that dude's name? I'm gonna look up that dude's name.
I like him. And then Birad puts a quote in, which says, "The complexities of Benjuka are such that a player can never intellectually master the plate, and so force another to yield. Benjuka is like love. One can never force another to love. The more one grasps for it, the more elusive it becomes. Benjuka punishes a grasping heart. Where other games require industrious cunning, Benjuka demands something more. Wisdom, perhaps, question mark." That's a dope quote, and I feel like I would be really good at Benjuka. I'm horrible at other games, but I
Baseball.
feel like I
Sorry.
have really traumatic memories of playing other games. Well, like board games and stuff, but I really want to play Benjuka, so if anyone can like come up with a way to play that, I would love to.
Yeah. I'd bet that somebody on the forums or the other Bakker outlets online has probably, at least like came up with a version of Benjuka.
Because it seems like a board game that you can just like make up your own rules.
Like Calvin Ball and Calvin and Hobbes.
I don't know. I never read that. I probably wasn't allowed to. I was only allowed to read Christian comics. Bible Man.
Oh, dude. Wasn't Brennan supposedly?
Yeah.
Our friend was supposedly in an episode of Bible Man.
Yeah.
I messaged his dad about what episode it was. He never responded though.
That's funny.
But I just want to point out with the Benjuka talk, it does mention that Confus beat Zarias at Benjuka. Remember something about he's been after him since the first evening that Confus beat Zarias at Benjuka.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Confus does seem way more competent than Zarias in many areas. Confus mentions something about Zarias' inconsistency whenever he's kind of like taken off guard by Zarias' like intellect, like some intellectual successes or whatever. I don't know. I think that's cool. Zarias is a very inconsistent character. Like as far as his internal processes and stuff. Like sometimes he's very confident and makes good decisions, and sometimes he like wants to rip his face off.
Yeah,
kill himself.
For sure. I think that, if he didn't have his neuroses, he would be a better, his intellect would shine through a lot more.
Yeah.
So Confus beat I don't know the age difference, but Confus beat Zarias at Benjuka for the first time when he was 8 years old, and this is where I was the unfortunate grape. He would have had me strangled had the entire matter. He would have had me strangled had the entire matter blamed on an unfortunate grape. Had it not been for my grandmother.
I remember chuckling at the unfortunate grape. Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, grape rights.
We get some plot information where Confus confirms that Zarias had his father killed. He says, "Have my father executed? Of course he did, but he never feared my father from the beginning." That's just some world building stuff.
Yeah, I think it says he poured poison in his ear.
Yeah.
Sounds
kind of weird.
Yeah, it sounds super Shakespearean. Not that I've actually read any Shakespeare, but that's how I picture it.
Yeah. The Eothic Guard is standing next to Zarias in this. Who are the Eothic Guard and why are they different than the Kidra Hill? Does anyone know that in chat? And it probably doesn't really matter, but he mentions Nigarau, who is the person that hangs out, this controller of the coffers.
The coffers, boys!
Imperial coffers. Yeah, let's see.
Here, I can hit you with the Eothic.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of people in the chat probably answering the question already. The guard, Madness says, the guard are the Emperor's personal guard. Yeah, in the Glossary and Thousandfold Thought, the Eothic garrison, which I would like to use the word garrison more often in everyday life.
Yeah.
The primary Eothic guard. Sorry, garrison is a fortress where the Eothic garrison is where they hang out. I'm gonna call my garage a garrison. The garrison.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, the Eothic guard, the personal heavy infantry guard of the Nansur emperors, consisting primarily of Norserai mercenaries from Sepalor.
Nice. Okay, cool. That makes sense.
Get murked, I guess.
Yeah.
And the Keeter Hill are the cavalry.
Yeah.
Cavalry? Fuck. I can't remember which is
Cavalry.
which. One's the hill, the Jesus Hill, and one's the horseman's.
Yeah, I don't know. Dude, I cannot imagine riding a horse with armor on.
I mean,
it would be crazy.
I would simply just imagine it.
Like, it would be really hard.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't put on a suit of armor like you, so I don't fucking know.
It would be crazy, especially if you have a helmet on. Fucking forget about it. You couldn't see shit.
How much of medieval, or at least like steel armored warfare, was just random, or like random whoever doesn't fall off their horse wins?
Yeah, it was super clumsy, I bet. Okay, so Conphus presents to Zarias, the king of tribes. There's a lot of subtleties in this that's kind of hard to talk about. But it is very significant that this is Zinnerit, the king of tribes, which we mentioned last time, wanting Zinnerit to get his shit kicked in. So,
yeah, I guess he does.
Yeah.
Zarias says that he wants to basically make him into a monument of his own grandeur, even though it's like Conphus that did literally all the work.
Mm-hmm.
But what is it? Get his eyes plucked out, strapped to the bottom of his throne, and cut his dick off.
Blinded, emasculated, and bound to the base of my throne. Just like the ancient high kings of Kyranius. He's like, just like the pioneers. What a fucking crazy ass. And then this is where, as always, she looked... Okay, so Conphus is looking at his aunt, right? No. Great aunt?
Grandmother. I can't remember the relationship tree, but like... it says that his grandmother is Estrella, right? In that.
Oh, okay,
passage.
yeah.
I think Conphus is Zarias' brother's kid.
Okay, yeah.
And I'm sure we'll get the correction if that's wrong.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, you're good. This is whenever he's looking at Estrella, and he says, as always, she looked an old whore playing the coquette. But there was something in her expression. She seemed somehow different.
Mm-hmm.
Skin spy.
Get skinny.
Get skinny.
So, no, I'll mention that later.
Okay. Let's see. So he says, you're too kind, grandmother. I return as a humble slave who's simply done his master's bidding. But he says, oh yeah, because she says something like, you left us an heir to the empire, and you've returned to us a god, which is like she's really stunting on Zarias right here.
Yeah, she's just flicking his balls with this. Just
yeah.
And he does not like it.
He hates it. It drives him crazy. Yeah. Then what happens?
Yeah, Conphus is really good at playing the court, whatever the games of the court.
Mm-hmm.
And I know I've mentioned this before, but it makes me think of this book, super sick, The 48 Laws of Power, by Robert Jordan, maybe?
Oh, really?
Is that a name you recognize?
Yeah. Robert Jordan wrote the Wheel of Time series.
Okay, it's not Robert
I
Jordan.
was like, wait, am I right? Yeah, Robert Jordan.
Okay. It's not Robert Jordan. No. Robert Greene. Okay.
Like, that sounds a little heady for Robert Jordan.
Like, damn, that dude's prolific. But that's basically like a... Say what?
Madness confirmed.
Oh, thank you, dude. Man, see, everybody knows everything we already know.
Very literate crowd.
It's funny. It's funny that they want to listen to us.
That's all they got.
Damn. All right. Bye, everybody. That book is just like, it's how to deftly manipulate people and like, precarious settings, like in a court or the business room or whatever.
Yeah.
Not necessarily all nefarious. It's like just how to,
How to sexually dominate your peers.
Yeah. One is stuff multiple pairs of socks into the front of your khakis on Casual Friday.
Really?
No. But it's got a lot of historical examples of each thing, and fucking Compass would have read that book if not written the book. Mm-hmm. He knows like to deflect and to not like, Estraya's poking the Zariah's bear.
Yeah.
And Compass is like just smooth.
He can dance with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He keeps his like murderous like annoyance and rage.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely present, but he keeps it down to the fucking...
It reminds me of Kelmomus later on, and his like how he's always regulating his like inner fucking psychopath murder monster person. Like the Compass is obviously a super toned down version of that, but whenever he's like contemplating killing his uncle, it just, I don't know, Bakker does well portraying the like deep dark murder, which is like how I am whenever I played Red Dead Redemption.
Oh yeah.
It's very shocking, very frightening what that game brings out of me. Anyway,
you just need to redeem something because Red died.
You know Red Dead Redemption?
I know what it is, but I mean,
it's like Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah,
it's like that, but it's in
Rockstar Games.
Yeah, but it's like Western. But it really brings out a side of me that's not okay.
So like Westworld, where you just start fucking...
It's like you are in Westworld, basically. Anyway, it's off topic. I don't like that show. I fucking hate that show.
First season was good.
Yeah, it's okay.
And then there's the scene in the third season, episode 1, where they're playing Death Grips and they rob a bank all futuristically, or an ATM.
Uh-huh.
It's sick.
Oh, that's cool. I like Death Grips.
Yeah. Like, fuck, weak, no, respect.
It's good workout music.
Dude, we're getting compliments, even though we just insulted our audience.
We did?
Yeah, you were like... Didn't you say something about...
No.
Oh, I thought you were like, they don't know shit or whatever.
No, they know lots of stuff.
I don't know. I can't even remember what we said. I thought you just like directly like made fun of our audience. And then I was like, that's why I was like, oh, bye.
Oh. No, I made fun of us.
Oh, okay.
Like, they don't have, like, they can only watch us because there's nobody else doing this right now.
Oh, word. So I thought you were like, they have nothing better to do. And I was like, that's a good way to not do this next week.
Oh, no, never.
It's my bad then.
All right.
Sorry.
He wrote...
Always taking shit the worst way.
Let's see. He wrote Powers and Homage and Reclamation. Okay, I see. So Mattis is saying he really likes those books. What a nerd. You guys are nerds.
Yeah. If only I had a real job where I cared to play the game.
Yeah.
But I just work with a dog that doesn't listen to me.
Yeah. Video Game Jeffy likes Death Grips.
That's what's up.
Yeah. Alright. What's happening?
I can't remember. Tattoo that on my gravestone.
So Confess and Zarias are just going for tat. Estraya's a skin spy. She's saying stuff. Confess was dumbstruck. At one point, Zarias says, this isn't Kayuth and we're not the Skilvendi. And Confess is like, what the heck is that supposed to mean? And the answer is, I don't fucking know.
You can't just sword fight your way out of it? Or you're not the one in charge in this arena?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I guess so. And then when we continue, it switches to Zarias' point of view, which I love.
Real quick before we switch, I wanted to ask a question.
Please.
So, Confess still thinking, he says, for all his failings, his uncle, Zarias, was a shrewd judge of character.
Mm-hmm.
So, big irony here is that there's 2 skin spies in his court. So he's, he is at least not the most shrewd judge of character, although nobody even knew that this, like, skin spies were a possibility.
Mm-hmm.
But it made me think, there's also a discussion between Estrella and Skaius later.
Oh, shit.
So...
I didn't catch that.
I believe it's that. There's also Scarus, which is the or not ancillary, emissary.
Yeah.
From Zaum, I think.
Yeah.
And I don't know. And then Scarpus, there's a lot of Ska words in my mind that get mixed up. But I was wondering, are there any skin spies that don't know about the other skin spies? I was thinking they probably can detect each other because of their sense of smell.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
Because they have a crazy sense of smell. But it also made me think, if there's a shit ton of other skin spies that were never like unmasked or caught throughout the whole these 3 books.
Yeah, I bet they're in all of the major courts or whatever.
Yeah.
Probably.
Oh yeah.
I also like to imagine skin spies having their own like Synthes handler or whatever. Like they all report back to their weird bird. They all do like quarterly updates and get a little get jerked off.
Just like 2 wings, one of them on each side.
It never gets old.
Dude, do you think that skin spies have sex with each other like how in Avatar they like hook their tails together? The skin spies just hook their faces, like they clasp fingers with their faces.
Maybe.
And then their unlidded eyeballs are just staring at each other. Mm-hmm. Sounds unpleasant.
They're freaky. But Soraya says, wait, was there anything else that you wanted to say?
No, that was it. You're good, dude. We're switching to Sorayas's POV, I think.
Yeah. So he's, let's see, blah, blah, blah. He said, okay, so his mom says, how long must we wait, Sorayas? His mother asked from behind. And then he thinks to himself, the sun is hot, isn't it, bitch mother?
Dude, you never lose that little petty, like, fucking, just, I don't know, it's probably a grudge from the, like, first time you ever got spanked.
Yeah, for sure. And then she's talking to Confus, saying about how she burned over 200 gold votives and killed 38 dogs in order to, like, keep Confus safe.
Yeah.
And then she mentions, or Zarias says that they got a albino lion, right?
Yeah, which struck me. Fucking Khal Drogo in Game of Thrones. He kills an albino lion and makes a pelt out of it for Dany. I want to say it's called like a harak or something like that. Could be completely wrong on that name, but albino lion in 2 fantasy stories just struck a chord in my
and Confus does
brain.
Seem to think that it's significant. Like, so he exclaims, "A lion?" A lion, and an albino, no less. Small wonder the gods favored me, grandmother. So I don't know. Maybe there's some significance with albino lions that we're not aware of.
A rare beast.
We're not savvy to the albino lion lore. Say that fast. White people would be like, say that 100 times fast.
Dude, they do. I was thinking too, white people be like, I've had it up to here.
That's true, yeah.
I said it earlier, is why white people be like that.
Okay, so they're all chatting, and Estrella giggles. Let's see, I was a rather harsh tutor, now that I recall, she says to Confus, which just gives me the heebie-jeebies. She's a real fucking creep.
Yeah, why does she want to fuck her kids so much?
I don't know, man.
Other than that's just what like royals do throughout all time.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, man.
Get some like really bad Habsburg bloodlines going. Mm-hmm. Their heads can't hold up their own heads and shit like that.
Yeah.
That's what I want to see.
Mm-hmm. I want to see more Cynthia's wingers.
True. Someone called in the chat, it a Cynthia's Wingler is the handler of the skin spies.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Uh-huh.
I love it. Excuse me. Let's see. Lessons drawn from the same book, and then Confus says, it all comes down to fucking, doesn't it? Or maybe that was Zarias. Or no, it was Confus, and then it says, their laughter drowned out the whooshing chorus of the galley's oars. Zarias stifled a scream. He's so fucking unhinged.
Dude, What do you think his anxiety level is on the scale of 1 to 10?
Very high. I don't know. As high as Sam's, which is
like 8.5 on a
unimaginable.
good day.
Yeah. There's a lot of chat happening, but B-Rad says we're all naturally attracted to our mothers. Yeah, I mean, Bakker, like, just goes balls deep into the, like, I don't know, Freudian stuff. Or, I mean, there's a ton there, yeah, subconsciously.
Yeah.
100%.
Wanting to bang your mom and kill your dad.
Yeah. There's a lot of that. Moengus and stuff.
Oh, true. Madness mentioned Aslan from C.S. Lewis, Lion Jesus.
Yeah, Lion Jesus.
Mm-hmm. No, of course, I did not take your comment as meaning that you are pro motherfucking
mother son wing job.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. But
Mother Bang 30.
Mother Bang. It is it's cool to write about, though. I mean, it makes the characters very interesting. And the series has such an attraction or a appeal to me because it's so disturbing and just fucking grotesque. So
yeah,
it's cool.
Mm-hmm.
I like whenever so they're just kind of there's so much like shit that I'm not really able to. I don't know. There's so much like political stuff and world building that I'm not really. I didn't do a good job of underlining or whatever. I know I'm missing a lot, but I do think it was funny whenever the narrator says Skeo scuttled to his side. The man walked like a crab.
Mm-hmm.
Just more of Zarias's like the way that he experiences the world.
Yeah,
the way that he relates to people.
He walked like a crab, but Zarias ignored him.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like he like saw him, but he kind of also tried to ignore him too.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think you did a bad job. I don't think you did a bad job like assessing this this chapter. It's just the vibe, so to speak, is hard to capture in a summary.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. They talk a lot about what's happening. So let's see. Well, I guess we're not on the barge yet, so we don't have to talk about what's happening on the barge.
The barge.
What is happening right now? Skeos is scuttling. What are they talking about? Let's see. Oh wait, they are on the galley.
Yeah, I think we just went to barge time.
Oh yeah, and then Ring Thing says, yeah, don't they get stuck on a sandbar or the beach at some point here too? Yeah.
What happened? Zarias heard his mother ask. Sandbar, grandmother, Compass said in explanation.
Yeah. It's so funny. And yeah, B-Rad shows his incompetence. Dude, yeah, I mean, this scene makes him seem like a fucking incompetent infant. Like he's stuck on the sandbar and then he has to shamefully ask them to move to a different part of the ship so that they can see his like toddler face monolith come down the river. It's so good. Yeah, it's very funny whenever they hit the sandbar.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Confus says, yet another delay, it would seem. He's such a prick.
Dude, every little jab, it's like just jostling for position. I love it.
Yeah. And also, like, competing for their mom, or for Confus's grandma's approval.
Yeah.
Like, she's such a anchor for their weird relationship.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Mm-hmm. So what's going on? There's still there's berating going on. There's slave shaming.
Mm-hmm.
There's passing the buck, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
And they end up waiting.
Yeah. Let's see.
They move to the other spot on the boat, like you said.
Yeah.
To get a view of the monument.
Oh, I think maybe Madness he says, hate to tap out because this is one of the most obvious points, something. What Madness is saying goodbye? I'm not sure.
Oh, yeah. No, have a good one, dude.
Yeah, later. Thanks for kicking it. We'll obviously post a YouTube video, but as always, thanks for hanging out. Very, very fun.
So you mentioned that, yeah, well, this is one of the most obvious points, that Scaeus and Estrella are skin spies.
Mm-hmm.
Did you pick up on any of that?
Oh, yeah. So, Scaeus is saying, perhaps we should await your latest glory from the galleys aft, god of men. He's inviting them somewhere else. And then he says he started to rebuke the Prime Council for interrupting him, but he doesn't. He says, continue, and this is Zarias. Scaeus' face often reminded him of a shriveled apple, dimpled by two shiny black eyes. I mean, I think the shiny black eyes kind of maybe point to some Skin Spy stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And a shriveled apple.
Makes me think of a pug skull. Have you seen one? It's like an apple.
Yeah.
Actually, there's two different types of pug skulls. There's apple shape and deer shape.
Oh, weird.
Yeah. Or maybe that's chihuahuas. No, it's chihuahuas.
Oh.
But they're both abominations of human hubris and...
Dude, yeah, they're like abominations. They might as well be Skin Spies, fucking genetic weapons.
I know, but but they don't have any advantages.
Yeah.
I guess they can smell good.
So their conversation, they're starting to talk about Zarias' plan. The Mwamba of dogs, dude.
Salt King coming in hot.
Yeah, dude, that was heavy. Oh, the Mwamba of dogs. I love that. I have to pee, dude. I'm gonna be right back.
Oh no.
I'm gonna pee.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Yeah, of course.
Thanks, dude.
I will not fight against your human needs. So, I'm gonna try to pick up the slack because this is part of the chapter where I was driving home in the rain, just zoning out, listening to this on audio. Although it's the third time I've read this chapter, so I don't have many excuses for why I can't remember what the fuck is going on. But they're waiting for the divine memorial to be revealed in increments. And Zarias is posturing, trying to always like assert his dominance from a place of insecurity, like in inferiority complex, like usual. He says, no one dares taunt the Emperor, Scaeus. Of course, god of men, certainly. But if we wait aft, your obelisk will be exposed in one magnificent rush as the barge passes us. I guess it's coming down in different pieces. I can't fucking remember. The obelisk just made me think of the phallic symbolism of it. Just being, is huge. I pictured it as like a white granite cock to, stand in the face of his own impotence, maybe. To, show his power to everybody, but I think a lot of it is him just trying to tell himself that it's like, I'm doing okay, like daily affirmations, something like that. We got a couple comments. We are a race who loves dogs. Yeah, Video Game Jeffy, they've definitely domesticated us, and cats have, in the sense that we will take care of them for very little in return companionship, hopefully. Maybe a couple cuddles and licks. B-Rad says that he loves the audio version. Yeah, I fuck with the narrator of both the first three and the second four. Both narrators I like for different things.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, I like doing both, reading the actual book and listening to it.
Yeah, for sure. This time around, I've been listening to it as I'm looking at the text, which is cool.
Ooh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
And B-Rad was picturing the monument as a large Egypt carving of kings. Yeah, that's what the vibe I was getting to.
Mm-hmm. Yep, same. Like some Mesopotamian palm frond waving oiled slaves pulling this giant picture of baby Zarias.
Dude, it's all a Freemason conspiracy. George Washington. and the pentagram in DC and the street layout.
Did you even think of that, dude?
There's lions in front of the Masonic temple.
Wow.
The Freemasons are lion men.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Jeffy says, I live in DC. Shh. That's cool. I bet it'd be kind of nice to live in DC.
Yeah, especially if you're a Mason.
Especially if you're a lion.
No.
B-Rat says he is a Freemason.
Damn, okay.
Damn, dude.
I'm gonna step back.
We've been exposed. For the cowards that we are. I mean, look at that cigar. Of course he is a Freemason, dude.
Between our two houses that are 2-3 miles apart, there's a Masonic lodge.
Yeah, right next to the library.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's kind of nice.
Yeah.
I mean, not that I've ever been to the Masonic lodge, but the, whatever.
I go to the library all the time. I got so many overdue books. It's crazy.
Damn, dude. Apparently the Masons make you pay too.
Shit, dude. They're after B-Rad.
What if it's just like a never-ending cycle of like Masons are paying off their overdue library books, and then the library pays so they can be Masons?
I think that's what it is.
That's the economy that keeps the United States on top.
Of the world.
Yeah. Man, I've said a bunch of dumb shit in the last 5 minutes, so you want to keep going?
Right. Yeah, let's keep it going. I mean, we're kind of wrapping up.
How's my half-sister? Confus asked him. Who the fuck is his half-sister?
I know. Well, I guess Confus is... Wait. I don't know.
Is it Zarias' wife?
Yeah.
Is his nephew's half-sister.
Yeah, because... what does Estrella say? She says, like... I don't know. She gets them pretty good. I just don't know where it is.
He says, I mean, our pages are different, but I think this is what you're saying. He says, Zariah says, a satisfactory wife. And then Estrella goes, and yet her... Damn, I'm bad at impressions. And yet her womb remains closed.
It's cold, man. And then Zarias threatens to put Confus in the Tower of Zayak. And then... Yeah, they're just shitting on one another, and then they start doing some explanation of what's going on. So Zarias, his plan is to unleash the Vulgar Holy War.
Unleash.
So that they will get annihilated, and the Holy War will need to rely on the Emperor or the Nansur or whatever.
Yeah, you're right.
And Confus is on board. Or Estrella thinks that it's a crazy plan and Confus will never be on board, but then he does get on board because it would mean that Confus would be like a pinnacle figure in the Holy War and would have a lot of power. So he's down. Yeah, I mean, it sounds like a good plan to me, but Zariah says that he's been trying to convince Skaos that it's a good idea. So I wonder... Like, do you think Skaos was... Where does he play into this? Like, where is the consult in this? Do you know what I mean? Yeah,
I know exactly what you mean as far as asking the question. I'm not sure about the answer, though. I think that Estrella objecting to Zarias' plan is the consult helping him go forward with the plan. Oh, because he's going to be contrary to whatever his mom...
I always forget that she's a skin spy.
Yeah. Again, like... I mean, I'm assuming she is at this point. There's probably the evidence for it.
Yeah.
I can't remember if it was her that I said I thought she wasn't at the very beginning, but whatever. Regardless, she is one now.
Yeah, she definitely is.
But this is some of that, like the point you brought up is some of that confusion about what the consult's role is and what the interaction of the two skin spies, Skaos and Estrella.
I think you're right that her goading... She is probably goading Zarias to keep moving forward with the plan.
Yeah, I think so, just because he's going to be like, no, go melt in the sun.
Yeah.
But yeah, what's Skaos doing in, like, besides continuing to be convincing in his role of pretending he's a regular person?
Yeah, he's just kind of playing a good Skaos right now. Maybe he's just still doing reconnaissance. He's not doing a whole lot of manipulating. Jeffy says the skin spies want the Nancer to attack Shima, so they hate Zariah's plan to betray the Holy War halfway through. Oh, interesting.
Okay.
So does Zariah doesn't plan on attacking Shima? That's his plan?
No, he wants to attack Shima to take back their what was it? Their like family feud.
Yeah, all the provinces that have been lost over the ages.
Yeah, and I think what Jeff is saying is that when the Nancer abandoned the Holy War, because Kellis is like rocking or taking shit over, and then I think doesn't he like call back Compass and they just decide to go fuck off and like do something else.
Yeah.
I think that's possibly what he's saying. They hate his plan where he's going to betray the Holy War. Or, I don't know, man. You probably tell me better.
It's confusing.
He wants to win. He doesn't give a shit about the Holy War.
Yeah, but he just wants power in those provinces back.
Yeah.
And he wants to remain emperor.
I'm guessing that maybe, the skin spies, I have no idea, man. I'm sorry. I just confused myself.
No, that's all right.
I want to mention, though, in reference to B-Rad, talking about the Masons and stuff.
Yeah.
I in no way actually believe or care about satanic Masonic conspiracy theories.
Yeah.
And I think that all of those just end up in being anti-Semitic.
Yeah.
So, just want to put that out there. But I love joking about it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Breaking the seal. Gotta be.
Bruh.
Damn.
You
Open the fucking gates of Sylogis.
For real, dude. Did you ever get that when you were drinking, though? Where, like, for me, when I was drinking, after I had to pee the first time, it was, like, nonstop having to pee after that. Is that what it means? Oh, no offense. Joke away. Oh, for sure. No, I just wanted to be clear for, I don't know, making sure that nobody was on board with hating Jews or something like that.
Yeah, for sure.
But I don't know if that's what he's talking about, breaking the seal, but that's what it made me think of.
Yeah, that makes sense. No, I never really... If I drank, it was always just like a Gatorade bottle filled with miscellaneous liquors and like cough medicine. So...
Sounds more fun than trying to pace myself and having to pee.
Yeah.
Failing to pace myself and having to pee.
I've never had a alcoholic drink legally.
I know.
Isn't that weird?
That is weird.
Yeah. Okay, we got some Jeff going on here.
Thank you.
Thank God.
I know.
You want to read it?
No, you can go for it.
Okay. So Jeff says Zariah wants a bigger empire. His plan is take the Holy War, take a couple of small countries on the way to Shima, broker for peace, take over all the land that was taken during the war by his peers. Okay, so ultimately not attacking Shima, I think.
Yeah, that's what it seems.
Yeah, I think that's right.
So why does the consult want to attack Shima? Is it because Mathanet figured out how to ID skin spies?
Probably so. Yeah, Mathanet's probably their target.
He's the only one so far that's ever ID'd a skin spy.
Yeah. He's badass. Kill those damn monks.
Wait,
breaking seals.
I meant Moangus.
But
Mathanet IDs one later.
Yeah. Monks who see skin spies. Dude, the Dunya are fucking abysmal.
Cataclysmic Abyss?
Cataclysmic Abyss. Alright.
So, one thing I just want to mention that I love is that they drink wine out of bowls.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I know, I want to finish this because I want to talk about a couple other random things about the series that aren't related to this chapter, really.
Well, let's get to it, because I do not have much written down.
Ooh, one thing. This is interesting. So, Estrella is talking shit about Zariah's plan, and she says, let's see... Okay, she says, as you should, my son's justice is harsh and utterly devoid of consistency. So that she's the one who said he's inconsistent. But he says, but I'm not afraid, Skaos, Old women are more reconciled to death than old men. By bringing life into the world, we come to see ourselves as debtors. And this is what's significant. What's given is taken. Isn't that the Yachtwarian fucking thing? I feel like the cult of Yachtwares always says that. It's like what's given is taken, and they're all about birth and stuff.
Yeah, it seems extremely Yachtwarian to me, and also just that, like, I always thought it was interesting and confusing how Yahweh was the dread mother of birth.
Mm-hmm.
Which it kind of is like associating creation and destruction at the same time.
Yeah.
But I think this fits into it perfectly as by bringing in life that will inevitably die.
Mm-hmm.
The confusing thing to me, or perhaps just noteworthy, is that she's a skin spy saying all this stuff.
Yeah.
So she hasn't given birth,
Hmm.
right? Unless like they can like squirt babies out of their huge throbbing phalluses.
Probably.
Curving.
Yeah.
Pendulous.
Yeah. Probably not.
Pendulinum.
Jeff, I love Jeff. He says, Yachtware, rub the menstrual blood in your earlobes.
For sure.
Yeah, I'm super down with Yachtware.
Jeff also mentioned,
Not the Dunyan.
yeah, the Kisharim can see the skin spies.
Oh.
I think I meant, like, maybe just that Moengus is both.
Yeah.
Dunyan and Kisharim.
Mm-hmm.
But, and I guess Mathanet's half Dunyan, but he's technically a fucking man of the tusk.
Yeah.
Which is, I probably mentioned this, but another curving pendulous hog.
Mm-hmm.
Inscripted hog.
Uh-huh.
And they were, he mentioned rubbing the menstrual blood too. They were rubbing the fucking, what was it, juice or lion blood or something at the beginning.
Yeah, lion blood all over him.
Yeah, they were doing the Lion King Ash Wednesday thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know.
Yeah.
It all comes back to cocks in the end or whatever.
Yeah. Fucking. It all comes back to fucking.
Fucking.
In the end. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. Zarias returns to his settee, his seat, and reclined, consciously savoring the flares of hope and pride. Oh, sweet godlike vanity. And then his mom says, like an immense sarcophagus, his mother said, always the asp of truth.
Someone mentioned the immense sarcophagus earlier in the chat too.
Yeah, I didn't catch it, but
I mean, it's weird, right?
yeah.
The mother is part of the consult, just dropping kind of no god hints.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Ooh.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know, writing inside jokes and essays for school or something like that.
Or being like in Fight Club whenever they put the porn in the kids' movies.
Yeah, dude, yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Where they pee in the soup.
The soup.
I don't like that movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I've been watching it since I was younger, but I like David Fincher, the director, a lot.
Yeah. I think it's a good movie, but I don't know. It's just like, I don't know. I like the book a lot. The book's dope.
Mm-hmm. It's weird how it got, like, I think it got taken kind of completely wrong in pop culture.
Really?
Yeah, it's just, I don't know, it's a critique of masculinity, but it was like, I don't know, I feel like it was on, like, a bunch of macho dudes' dorm room walls.
Yeah, it was kind of taken literally, like, just a Fight Club.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which, I don't know, to a degree I think is totally fine.
Yeah.
I would love to, what's their group? Operation Chaos or something?
Fuck. Mayhem. Operation Mayhem.
Yeah.
Something. Project Mayhem.
Project Mayhem.
Yeah.
Operation Chaos. Dude. That would be sick.
We should start our own club called Operation Chaos.
Garrison of Disaster.
Ooh, that'd be cool. B-Rad loves Fight Club. I think it's a good movie. I just didn't enjoy my rewatch of it. I don't know. I was also watching it with Patricia, and I feel like I had, like, whenever you're watching a movie with someone and you're worried that they're not liking it.
Oh, yeah.
I had that going on.
It's, like, devastating, like, I don't know. It's
crippling anxiety.
Yeah, it's a very hard experience for me.
Yeah.
Especially, I'm like, you gotta watch this. It's so good.
And then when you're watching it, it's like, fuck.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about showing people Andrew Callahan's Channel 5 news.
Oh,
stuff.
yeah.
Bull!
What were you saying? Goddamn, boy.
Oh, goddamn, boy. Goddamn, boy. Earlier I saw a Reddit post on the Bakker subreddit. I wish that person was here who posted it. They talked about how Hawkins and in Stranger Things is what's the name of like a place where hell is leaking through to our world?
Topos, a topoi.
Yeah, that's what I thought, but I think he used a different word. But how Hawkins is a topoi, a topos or whatever.
Yeah, let me see if I can find the thing.
It was cool because I had that thought too whenever I was watching that. I was like, oh shit, it's totally a topoi. Which gave me a much broader appreciation for Stranger Things. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
It made it more like, well, if Bakker did it, then it's cool. So it's cool that Stranger Things did it. Oh, okay.
I had that exact same thought. I started watching the new Stranger Things last night, and I did think about how it was like just hell bleeding into the universe.
Mm-hmm. It's tight.
Yeah. And like how they said that there was the person who it happened to said they didn't see like the flecks of matter, the snowflakes and shit.
Mm-hmm.
I was wondering if this is like that's like bleeding through rather than going directly into the other realm, maybe?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I've only watched the first 2 episodes, though. But it made me think of Bakker also with the D&D and the 80s stuff.
Mm-hmm.
He's probably like all... Well, I could see him being caught up in like the satanic panic shit.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Definitely. Oh, LOL. There's a bot in the chat. Hello, bot.
Is that our first bot?
I think it's not my first bot, but it's the first bot of the second aPODcalypse. The second aPODcalypse, the second aPODcalypse.
Yeah, dude, I know what you're trying to say, but I don't know how to pronounce it either.
Hell yeah.
The fuck was I gonna say? I don't know. That's what I've said that like 5 times this episode.
YOLO, dude.
Take a shot every time I forget something, and you will be dead.
Yeah. Topos makes ghosts and supernatural events make sense in real life. Oh, bad emotions cause hell to break through in that hospital over there. Yeah, dude, a lot of the stuff, as particularly the topos? I don't fucking know.
I think topos is singular and topoi is plural.
Okay, cool.
Like cacti.
Yeah.
Except for I say cactuses.
Hell yeah. I think we may have even talked about this, but it does make supernatural stuff feel more give it like kind of a grounding in reality. And my experience with any type of like metaphysical spiritual experience, like in my own spiritual practice or whatever, comes through kind of like in Stranger Things or something. Like stuff on the outside has to find a way in.
Mm-hmm.
And so it finds its way in through like flickering lights or shit like that. I don't know. It's kind of cute. Yeah.
I feel like it's more terrifying than cute, personally. But I vibe with everything that you're saying.
Thanks.
Yeah, I like it.
Whenever you're doing a Ouija board, have you ever done a Ouija board?
Actually, I have a super sick homemade Ouija board. Homemade. What is it? Board. Board. Skylar Chubak, professional calligrapher, made it for me.
Oh.
Never ever used it. Never used a Ouija board ever.
Yeah. Oh, wait. You okay? You haven't?
Yeah. No.
Okay.
Sorry, I just wanted to brag about my cool Ouija board.
No, that's cool. I love that. Well, so
but I know it. I know the deal.
Yeah.
Just haven't used one.
Yeah. So my experience. Do you want to know about my experience with a Ouija board?
Fuck yeah, I do.
Okay. I'm like I am a pretty rational person or insightful or whatever. Like I dig science and whatever. My experience with the Ouija board was very much like, kind of connecting with everyone there, and are like kind of subconscious or something, like kind of making agreements with one another on what it wants to say,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like based off of impulses, like. So if I like kind of make a movement a little bit, then the other person's subconscious like kind of picks up on that a little bit and wants it to go there too, to like answer the question like, "Are you there, ghost?" And it's like, it's like we all want it to say yeah, so it's like, well, shit, I'm going to say yeah.
Oh.
But I don't think that invalidates the like realness of it or whatever, because I mean, we're all fucking working in a dream anyway. So like, that's how spirits or metaphysical shit like comes into the world. It comes in through stuff that we have to be able to experience. But I don't know, take that all with a grain of salt.
I'm gonna put a lot of that salt on my dish.
Your bowl of wine?
Yeah. Salted wine. No, I like that a lot, man.
Yeah. Well, so like, you can never tell if friends are moving it, but it's not whether or not the friends are moving it, it's the fact that the friends are moving it. It's like we try to find realness and like we try to find tangibility in things that can't necessarily be that, I don't know. I get kind of tongue-tied about it, but I do feel passionately about it. Like one time I was trying to explain like psychic experience to Patricia, and she was kind of bummed out by the way I described it, because it's more of an intuitive imagination experience that gets like shoved in your brain, but instead of like me cultivating it in my own mind, like I'm gonna imagine this, it's like all of a sudden something is just like in your brain, but you could just let it pass as just like a random thought. It's just, I for some reason was thinking about this thing happening, and that happens all day. We think about shit, random bullshit all day, but it pops up and it's something about it feels significant to something in like reality, so it's like a psychic moment or whatever. But I don't know, it's cool.
Yeah, I like it.
B-Rad is validating me right now.
You are being deep.
Thanks, dude.
You're going deep. Hobby tunneling. Digging down in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a deja vu moment during this pod, which is funny because it could have just literally been a moment from any of the last 6 to 7 weeks that is just similar. But it still struck me. That's the story.
Oh, yeah. Jeffy says, I think Bakker has a quote about how humans are just cats chasing laser pointers. We know it's fake, but love the chase. Yeah, I mean, we all are operating in a mind that is like electrical and shit. It's just, I don't know. Our reality is very finicky. Smoke and mirrors.
Yeah.
But it's the smoke and mirrors we got, so it's real.
It's also making, this discussion point is making me think of the extent of how I understand Bakker's crash space idea, which, again, I can't say I'm like real literate in it, but I believe it's that our brains are evolved for environments that we don't experience anymore. So like we can still take in all this information as like from our animal state, and I think a lot of our like stuff that's like in our subconscious or intuition is stimuli that we absorb without consciously realizing it. Like parts of our body or our background programs in our minds are processing that, but we just don't like realize it in the forefront of our like mind dialogue. And it gets ultra confusing or extra confusing because nowadays we're trying to like apply that type of mind and brain to this modern world where it's like I get really anxious if I'm like not gonna get not gonna make enough money for the month or something like that. It's like the same type of anxiety can be welled up in me that would previously have been if I was getting chased by a lion. Where it's like, it's obviously important to make money so I can eat, but it's not the fucking same as getting chased by a lion.
Yeah.
And so it's like a crazy overreaction. I don't know.
Yeah. No, absolutely. I mean, I don't know. It's kind of, we're working with the darkness that comes before, for sure, in our own experience. The B-Ride says, I think we are founded by another intelligent species, alien AR, or the likes. Dude, I mean, I don't fucking know. It's a simulation for sure.
Dude, I hate, like, in case it wasn't clear, I fucking hate Elon Musk. I don't know. Simulation theory is really popular these days. I feel like there's just as much of a chance that we're in a simulation as if we're not in a simulation.
Yeah.
Also, I'm like, I don't care.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's like, the Tibetan Buddhists are very literal about saying that what we experience is truly a dream. Like, it's just it's a hallucination of the mind, and but that doesn't make it not real. It's just, but like we get confused about what's important.
Yeah.
And we get kind of caught up in the nonsense and the dream state of just like following thought and sensation, and just like having this experience of storytelling about what's happening, about what happened. And I guess the meditation is supposed to just get you out of that dream state a little bit.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So talking about dream stuff, I said I was going to talk about it and I didn't. There's a lot in this chapter that I thought about being related to Dune.
Oh yeah.
Sort of Estrella as the Baron.
Yeah.
I mean,
interesting.
Not exactly, but like in relationship to Compass and Zarias.
Mm-hmm.
Where in my analogy, Estrella would be the Baron. Compass is Fade Routha, Sting, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then fucking Beast Raban is Zarias.
Yeah.
Because he's like, she wants the hotter, younger relative to like ultimately come out on top, you know? And I think that she totally knows that like somehow it's not going to work out for Zarias. Like he's too fucked up or like insecure or something.
Yeah.
And there's so much in Dune that has to do with dreams and like the psychedelia of it all. I was wondering if that carries over into the Bakker books. Because I know that Bakker is super heavily influenced by Tolkien and Herbert. I think also maybe Lovecraft.
Yeah.
With all the horrific shit makes sense. But I was just wondering like what parts carried over and what parts didn't, you know? Because there's weird psychedelic like topoi stuff where they're fucking seeing your head from the past pop up in the future right before you get blown up, or like in the halls of Sylogus, like Jyn Ursus coming through and like wrecking shop.
Dude, that's so cool.
Yeah, so like I'm assuming that Bakker did all of those trippy drugs.
Yeah, probably so.
As a satanic D&D teen in the 80s in rural Ontario.
Right.
But like I don't think there's many drugs in this series other than Canv or Champh, the one that makes you translucent.
Yeah.
And I don't know, maybe the wizards are kind of high on their own just like knowledge and ability.
Yeah.
And just, you know, just getting meta-gnostic.
Getting meta-gnostic with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think there's a lot to be said for that. And I will, like, what you're saying makes me think is kind of in contrary to that, how grounded the series is like literalness. Like, because the gods are literally real in their own little, like, realm or whatever.
Yeah.
Where, like, some books or stories or whatever, they kind of just like leave it up to just like, I don't know, I don't really know how to describe it,
but I know, like, what you're saying.
Like in Lord of the Rings, you have to just trust that the dragons are dragons because they're magic or whatever the fuck, but like the Raku in this series are like machines. So I don't know, I feel like the way I experience these books are very grounded in like literalness. Everything is like has a reason that it's there. Where some of the like hallucinogenic experiences are just very abstract, out of nowhere kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And even sorcery is like math in this, you know?
Yeah, that's what people were saying earlier and that we were saying.
Yeah. I don't know. It's crazy.
I think maybe the people were saying it more than we were saying it.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I guess the dream stuff that I thought was, like, that was the most obvious was the, Kellis receiving the dream transmission.
Yeah.
Or, being relayed that message.
Mm-hmm.
And then the probability trance, I think, is sort of like a spice prescience thing.
Yeah, that's a very good point.
Yeah, I was just looking for all the one-to-one correlations.
Yeah, I love it.
Jeffy brings up that they have all of the old world drugs in the Bakker universe, hash and opium. Totally true. Spaced that.
Yeah.
I love that a communist gets ripped on hashish and opium.
Yeah, he sure does.
There's more talk about simulation theory and stuff.
Jeffy says, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, you're good.
I think the simulation thing is a metaphor like the flat earth shit, and then B-Rad seconds that. But by this point in the books, you've only seen sorcery one time. True, yeah. I know, like, we're close to halfway into the first book and so slow, which I love.
Yeah.
It's just building and building. One can't describe technology that they don't have. Bible shares the same descriptions.
Yeah, true. I think that's where, like, the ancient alien people, who I love, total wingnuts, though, come in with, like I don't know. It's not in the Bible, but like the Vimbanas or like the angels that are always saying, "Be not afraid," come down. They're like, "Oh, this was just shit that I don't know." And there's the famous saying that like any sufficiently advanced technology is indistinguishable from magic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, I can roll with that. I mean, the nuke. In this series, and then also like, I think he describes basically like a battery-powered laser gun at like the Battle of what's it called? Golgotha.
Yeah.
I almost said Gorgoroth. I think that's a Norwegian black metal band.
Oh yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Gorgoroth.
Ezekiel describes a UFO, a wheel within a wheel, for sure. And then, I mean, I don't know the Bible very well, but there's like maybe it's the book of Ezekiel. There's one that talks about a lot of weird shit that like is not like in the hard canon of the Bible because it's, I don't know, a little bit out there, I think.
Yeah. I have no idea. You read The False Son?
Dude, no, I haven't. I've meant to for about 2 years. It's one of the atrocity tales. It's a short story set in this universe in like the 800s, I think. It's got Shea-Nanra, the like founder of the consult, in it, and Tatirga, which is like another badass wizard.
That's great. I would love that.
I gotta read it, but no, I haven't read it. I like know everything about it other than the actual story.
The actual words.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna have to wrap up, man.
Yeah, it sounds good to me too.
I wanna ask a question and then we can discuss it next week, and it's off topic. If aliens were to approach us in the solar system, would they try to destroy us and take all of our resources, or would they be chill? We can, talk about it.
Yeah.
It's an important question.
Yeah. No, for sure. I've got a lot I could already say about it.
I could talk so much about that.
Okay, we'll start our new alien podcast. If aliens wore pants, would they wear them like this or like this?
I don't know.
Yeah. So Jeff mentions in the story, though, there's the spotlight lamp. I think it's called the day sun or the night. I don't know. I haven't fucking read it. Why am I trying to act like I know what I'm talking about? But it's like one of those ancient fucking badass artifacts, like the amulas and the fucking sword, the magical sword and shit like that.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah. I would love to read that.
Yeah.
Salt King's always got the witty takes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He says, do they call themselves a race of lovers?
I was wondering, is that why they're what are they called? Ancora rape aliens in the book, because of just all the stories about aliens probing our butts.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And on that note,
on that point, thank you everyone for hanging out. Y'all are awesome. I really appreciate the consistent viewership. It's very cool.
Yeah, I'm fucking happy to talk to all these people who I just imagine their faces and just free floating, no bodies attached.
They're beautiful floating Aeolus faces.
Hope you guys are suffering to an extent that is completely unlike the amount of suffering in the Bakker books.
Yeah, but enough suffering that makes you want to find freedom from suffering.
Jeff just lost his face.
I lost my face.
Love you guys.
All right.
Take care.
Bye.